And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym and Crypto episode 762. Today is Monday, July 26, 2021, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish. And today's top stories. Oh, man, you've seen it. We've all seen it. FTX reduces max leverage from 101x to 20x to encourage responsible trading. Binance futures to limit leverage to 20x for existing users. Uniswap delists 100 tokens from interface, including options and indexes. Cryptocurrency is a pure trading instrument, hedge fund CEO says. And last but not least, some of looks like crypto ATM installations have increased over 70% this year, and more. Bitcoin Zay, first, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at our prices for today. And looking at what just happened last night, I do believe we are in the green. Everybody that was waiting for a dip, you might have missed it because Bitcoin rose over $9,000 last night, up 12.8% to $38,399. Ethereum at $2,342, up 10.3%. Binance Coin at $318 is up 7.7%. Cardano at $133, up 10.6%. Ripple XRP at 65 cents, up 10.6%. Even Dogecoin at 21 cents is up 13.2% this morning. Polkadot at 1470, up 11.2%. And Uniswap at 1975, up 13.5%. And of course, like I said before, sideways movements is nothing but accumulation. Continue to hold because of days like this. Look, people, for some hedge funds, this is their year. 12, 15, 20%. That's a good year. Some people just made this in one day, just holding the low price coins that they had. And of course, when that pump happens, we had a lot of liquidations, which I want to show people this quick chart here. If you didn't know, the price is at 38,000, but we actually had a quick pump to 48,000 on Binance, which we'll get into later about their leverage. But we had a quick wick up to 48,000, absolutely blew somebody's shorts off, literally. So again, that's what we say. When we play with leverage, just be careful.
Yeah, and then again, I like how you mentioned Dogecoin and everything. Don't forget out there, folks. If you are still in Dogecoin, some of those, even though your Doge might be going up, let's say your Doge goes up to 30 cents, right, in the next few weeks, whatever. Look at the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's outpacing it. Then you really didn't make any real Bitcoin from Doge. You'll just be making fiat currency. So keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. I know some people don't care. They're like, all I want is this dirty dollar. And some people like, I want my gold Bitcoin. So it's all about what you want, but just be aware of those two options there. All right, let's see. Top story of the day. Basically, it looks like two things. Whether we're fully in the green or not, and at this moment, we are fully in the green for forever. Like we keep saying, the war is won. The war has been won. People, like. Literally, it looked like the government did a round of phone calls last week and was like, hey, this is your last warning to get down and lay down. We not fucking around. Like you seen, we didn't arrest the people. We not playing. And I think all these companies took heed. FTX being the first one, reduces max leverage. And again, for those who don't know, leverage is as margin trading. And we actually show you that in the masterclass on wallets and exchanges. You can do it on Bybit. You don't have to, even though that's a foreign country one. But essentially, you can borrow money up to 100 times on some platforms, or on FTX, up to 101 times to trade with. So if I had, let's say, half a Bitcoin, I can say, hey, I'm going to put up my half of Bitcoin, but I also want to go 100 times margin, and they will give me 100 times that money to borrow, depending on how I set it up and everything, and I can trade with it. So FTX reduced that max leverage from 101x to 20x. To encourage responsible trading. Now, first and foremost, people, here's the thing. This is a lie. And the reason why it's a lie is because there is no business out there that's going to stop. Like usually exchanges, they win on the leverage side. The user is the one winning often on the margin side, unless you really know what you're doing. So by and large, this is a hit to their business. No one's going to do an intentional hit to their business, especially multiple businesses of the same type doing the same thing. No one's going to take this hit to their business just for fun or because they want you to be a responsible trader. If they wanted you to be a responsible trader, they would have never put it on there to begin with. A, and B, 20x isn't responsible either.
Yeah, but it's like 20x is still terrible.
Listen, if you don't know what you're doing with 20x, you will get ran through within 10 to 15 minutes. Are you kidding me? So
that's what happened yesterday.
Exactly.
$110 million in liquidations happened in 10 minutes on Binance because all the way up to 48,000, I'm sure they thought they covered with shorts. Oh, yeah, if it gets to 42, 44, I covered. Smacked all the way to 48, and then we're right back down.
And the crazy thing is, on the flip side, the people who did margin trade, I mean, man, I wish I was into it. I didn't think it was going to go this aggressive, but for those who did margin trade, I mean, they probably made a crazy amount of money. But again, you might have you could have missed out on it the last 6 or 7 times throughout the last couple of months. But just want to throw that out there. So this whole, the title is a lie in and of itself. FTX reduced max leverage from 101x to 20x. More than likely, I want to finish this headline. More than likely because they got a tap on the shoulder, just like other companies did. That's what really happened. Because again, 20x is not responsible trading. If anything, 5 to 10x is responsible. I would say 10x is responsible still because you still have a lot of wiggle room. But when you get to 20 plus people, you just have to know what you're doing. So again, yeah, it's like saying, hey, we're not going to give you heroin no more. We're going to give you crack. Like, it's still bad drugs. Like, it's bad. So Sam Bankman-Fried, the CEO of Surgeon Crypto Derivatives Exchange, FTX, has slashed its maximum leverage in a move to promote responsible trading practices. Again, this looks like they're trying to clean up their act for the United States. The exchange, again, was founded by Sam Bankman-Fried, tweeted Sunday announcing the updated leverage limits. Said the decision was made in light of the exchange efforts to encourage responsible trading. What's your thoughts on this?
Oh, man, this is much like the casino saying we don't give cash loans anymore to encourage responsible gambling. No. They got a regulator came in and said, hey, you can't be giving people $10,000 just so they can give it right back to you. And you get the profit on top of it. Because that's essentially what happens on these exchanges when you're trading. They have bots that track the orders and the leverage of every trader on the platform. So if everybody is thinking to themselves, oh, yeah, I can open up a huge short at whatever price in order, because if we go down to 23, 24, 20,000, then we're all going to win, right? Wrong again. Anytime everybody is thinking the same thing, is usually the opposite. Max pain is what these exchanges, what these whales want. That's how they make a lot of money very quickly. Again, $110 million in liquidations in 10 minutes, people. That's a lot of money. And if you were leveraged in the right direction, those people also made a lot of money as well. So they're actually saying that the average open margin position is 2x. And because it is a tiny fraction of activity on the platform, many users have expressed that they like having the option, but very few use it. And I will say that even though a lot of people don't use it, and the actual leverage for 100x is kind of scammy, what I will say is, if we're talking about free and open markets, you got to be free to lose too. Yeah, you got to be free to lose too. So I think FTX, just like Binance, got that tap on the shoulder, got some regulators. They made a phone call. The red phone started ringing. This wasn't a regular phone. This was the red phone that sits in the corner. The big boss call, like Suge Knight. And all I got to say is, thank goodness to an extent, because he will have a little bit more responsible, but we see what's really happening here in the background. So I think FTX will actually win because of this good press. They won't have people who are killing themselves because they 100x leverage their rent for the month. So good tactical move as a business, I would say.
I'm going, listen, like I said, this is regulators written all over it, period. Point blank, period. No one can convince me otherwise, because for one, 3 different platforms doing the same thing on the same day. Come on. Like, that's regulation written all over it. Again, it looks like some other people are complaining on Twitter. People are still saying 20x was a lot of leverage, what we just said as well. I'm also reading here how it said Huobi, I didn't even realize it. They used to have their leverage at 125x. And they brought that down to less than 5x. So, the only time I was seeing exchange willingly drop that is if they really got took. But like you said, that usually doesn't happen because they know what they're doing on the internal side of things. So, again, we got to keep watching. That's going to be crazy as far as FTX. And then right on the heels of it, the reason why we said it looks like it was regulator backed is because Binance is up next. Binance futures Binance futures to limit leverage to 20x for existing users. What? Again, the second one in the day. New leverage limits on Binance futures will soon apply to existing users with registered futures accounts of less than 30 days. This is another thing we always tell people, which is why we keep saying, like, hey, if you are interested in a platform, somebody showed us a new platform yesterday where you can dumpster dive, and it's like, hey, good or bad, if it actually works, you can dumpster dive, then at the very least be signed up on it. So when the market gets hot and things get stuck, you can make moves, right? So that's a good thing about some of these things. This is the issue if you're new to sign up. I'm sure these people who registered 29 days ago didn't think this was going to happen. They probably registered thinking I'm about 100x something. Like I'm about to make my money. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you only had your account for a month. You're a newbie. Nah, can't go that high. So, and again, this is what sucks about this too. Changing the terms of service. Like this is what we talk about as far as changing the terms of service. How you gonna have people sign up and 2 or 3 weeks later say, oh yeah, everything we told you what you can do, you can't do it no more. Matter of fact, and we got your customer data already. You're in the game now, boy. So it's just like,
it's still early. It's still early.
That's changing the terms of service right there in front of people. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, what's going on with CZ, I guess, and Binance?
Oh man, I mean the timing is impeccable. The day after we just have an almost $10,000 candle, all of a sudden CZ is tweeting out that futures are limiting their new users to max 20x leverage, and in the interest of consumer protection, there goes that word again, trying to say or that phrase.
Everybody cares about you now.
Everybody cares about you now. For consumer protection, we're going to limit the 20x leverage for existing users, which again, in a free and open market, should be able to do what you want, but they'll apply this to existing users. And the actual Binance Futures trading platform, when it was launched, it initially allowed investors to open leverage positions at a maximum of 20 times or 20x, and they increased the maximum leverage to 125x in October. So again, when they're saying consumer protection, why didn't they just keep it at 20% to start? They're not thinking about consumer protection. They were trying to make as much money as possible. They did it for Tether. So Tether is almost like printing money, and you can, through futures, make money. So again, and then they lowered it back down to 20x. They don't care about your protection. They don't care if you lose money. Again, they got that tap on the shoulder. And CZ is under fire from all different angles. So I know he's not trying to shake the boat right now. The UK is on his ass. The futures, you got to take down the leverage. I think there's a concerted attack to get rid of some of these exchanges that are making too much money.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see, get some quick shout outs. They first, crypto culture. What's up, Kenzie? Thank you for the tip. Except for the green candle days. Let's see what's going on. Lyle Gibson, Chemo Crypto, Chappie, Jojo, hey, Crypto Vixen, Kid Solo, Live Hunt Game, Paris. It was good, but I don't like this title. Listen, we did not like it either, but it is what it is. Let's see. Yes, Kadeem, same. Check out YouTube with a quick notification this morning. I know, right? It's working. Look, hey, it works when you talk about the crypto market going, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The first time notification work on time is when we say, hey, the market's about to go down a little bit. Everybody like, oh, okay. YouTube, like, you can push that one out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Captain Mexico, Don Shelby, Ron O, Cryptomatic Kid, Solo Yolanda, Sabrina, Sis, Yaya, LDM Car, hello, everyone. Let's see. Great times on Talk Shop Live yesterday. Appreciate that, Carmelo. Tony Nolly, what's up? JG Wentworth, what's the word? Litmo Crypto said great talk yesterday for sure. What's up, PFC Wells? Let's see. We saw some good comments. Maurice Thompson, what's up? Took the time to really work on my Bitcoin intro pitch to close a friend. Surprised by how unaware and dismissive my friend was to even hearing about Bitcoin. We are early. Might need new friends. Hey, listen, it's crazy.
Welcome to the show. That's all you're gonna get from a lot of people. Hey, I've gotten so many no's. Don't sweat it, man. Trust me. They're not gonna get it till they get it. Some people.
Yeah. And you're right. We are super early. I was just at an event this weekend. I mentioned Bitcoin and crypto, and like literally hundreds of people looked at me crazy. So yes, that's what's crazy, people. We are like, I'll tell you how early we are, people. This is how early we are into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. JP Morgan just said they were going to allow retail investors to get it, and their own employees don't even have it.
Yeah.
That's how early we are. Like, that's how early we are. Their own employees don't have it. Like, can you imagine if you work for a venture capital hedge fund and some of your own employees even own a stock or own any portfolio? It's the same thing. Let's see. S1 Dub says 10 times leverage is the highest I will go. Yeah, usually 10 to 15 is about as high as myself usually as well. I think I might have went 25 one time just to see how it was going to go for me, and I don't think it went very well. And that was more of my fault. I kind of guessed wrong in that direction. Let's see. Cryptonomics said 20K is too small, or 20X is too small. I agree as well. It is kind of small. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, you still make some good money on it. You're just not going to, you're not going to take the exchange for everything they have. And on the flip side, hopefully the exchange won't take you for everything you have as well. And then again, folks, when it comes to margin trading, we talk about in the masterclass, but Make sure also you're not doing the you're not cross trading where your entire portfolio is open. Isolate those trades so that if you do get called, if you do get liquidated, only the amount you have up will be liquidated, not your entire portfolio. Some people accidentally cross that trade. For those who know what I'm talking about, and you will mess around and they will literally liquidate everything on that platform if you don't do it properly. So make sure you're doing it properly. All right. Who else we have? Uniswap. What? This is crazy. We talked about Uniswap yesterday as well. But it looks like we talked about them possibly doing it, I guess, or getting the order to. But it looks like Uniswap now has delisted 100 tokens from the interface, including options and indexes. That's how you respond to the government. It's like, all right, you know what? Y'all don't want us to give you additional exposure to your funny money. How about we just take it off our platform? Boom. No more beef. What's going on with Uniswap?
Oh, yeah. So they made the announcement Friday that the options and indexes tokens have been removed from the app interface only. That's important to understand. Only the protocol remains immutable. Again, the app interface is where you can't get it, but the protocol itself is still immutable. It's not as if they changed the protocol. There was some mix up there. People thought, oh, if Uniswap is DeFi, then how can they just come in and change the blockchain? That would eliminate the DeFi part. So again, the protocol is not affected, just the front-facing app. So there's certain things you cannot interact with. The company, Uniswap Labs, is a software developer that's built the front-end web app portal. So again, separate from the Uniswap protocol itself. The tokens that have been delisted from the platform's interface include instruments that could be at risk of being classified as securities by a regulator, including tokenized stocks, options tokens, insurance-based tokens, synthetic assets from crypto derivatives platforms like Synthetics. Gold-backed token Tether Gold is among the assets targeted. I mean, good gracious, how many derivatives on derivatives are they going to make? Tether Gold? Jesus Christ. Yes, so the founder Hayden Adams attributed that removal to buggy code. Meme-themed tokens include Grumpy Cat, have also found their way into the blacklist. And again, these coins, I mean, it's always good to kind of flush out the trash. You do want people to be able to interact with whatever they want. But if you're worried about regulations, what better way than to get out ahead of it? So glad Uniswap had the foresight to do that. And again, protocol was not changed, just the app interface.
And again, I already told you all, so get ready for it for like the next probably 3 to 6 months for me. I'm gonna be pumping this math class all day, every day. It's only because, listen, and this is the reason why I'm saying this. Like, only reason I'm pumping this so aggressive, not only do I believe in it, but everything we talk about, we have in the class. So I just keep feeling so redundant talking about when I was like, I know we already literally laid out all this information in class. One of which is this statement here. This Twitter user Chainlink God asks why Uniswap's uni holders did not get to vote on the delistings. And that's the part of the master class. I actually show you in the master class, Uniswap, the governance, how you actually use the token to vote, how the voting structure looks, and why it's decentralized, or as decentralized as it possibly can be. But they're right. There is a voting mechanism in there, and they could have put this in there. Somebody could have brought it up. Should we delist all these tokens, synthetic assets, blah, blah, blah? Or should we try to fight this or whatever, right? And people could have literally voted. So that is true. But this guy or girl says, not very informative here. Was this decision made through governance vote? If not, this opens a whole can of worms and set a terrible precedent. Before I give Bitcoin's thoughts on that quote, because I do want to hear them. My only thing is, it technically does. I mean, it is a slippery slope, right? I won't say terrible precedent, it's a slippery slope. And the reason why is because whether they could have or could not vote on it, if the government's kicking in the door, which it sounds like they're doing to people right now, they're not coming for all the voters. They're going to come for that 1 or 2 people who are in charge or has most charge of the project as possible. And I think that's probably why they did that, just to get the government off them. And then really quick also, when it comes to synthetic assets, like, that's a whole new can of worms. Again, I actually gave it I think I gave it 2 minutes in the master class just to point out what they were, where to find information on them at. But I kind of said the same thing in the class. I was like, kind of staying away from them right now. I was like, I'm just staying away from them right now. It's still a lot to be learned when it comes to synthetic assets. But my point is for them to also delist the synthetic assets. Like, we were on the right track. Like, we were on the right track with that one. That makes you feel good. What's your thoughts on this quote though? Like, is this a slippery slope or is this a terrible precedent? What do you think?
Well, first things first, how many people voted for the tokens that they listed?
True.
So did you vote to put them on there?
Wednesday, add it again.
How much governance did you really have, brother? And then the second thing is, if you are operating as a business, which Uniswap Labs is a business, that's not the protocol. If I am getting the letters from like cease and desist or getting letters from regulators, I'm not about to just let it ride and see if y'all want to vote on it. I'm gonna do something right now. And that's what they did. They just delisted it and they just told you deal with it because it's not part of the protocol. It's a company. Uniswap Labs is a company that built that interface. So again, with governance, you have to be careful there. You do not have access to everything at all times. However, you have to remember you're dealing with companies here. So when they give you quote unquote governance, it's not for everything. So you shouldn't have your panties in a bunch over that. But you have to remember you didn't vote for these tokens to get on there. So taking them off, it's not really up to you either. So that's what you have to deal with. Just understand that these companies are still centralized. They still have to listen to regulators. The DeFi aspect will come after this regulation shitstorm finishes. But for now, as far as governance goes, you got to just rock with it.
Yep. And you can see here, this is the Uniswap protocol. You can see how it talks about the governance, the votes. And you're right. It'd be different if I were to log on this page and it'd be a bunch of proposals for different tokens to be listed or unlisted and all that. But like you said, they never voted to begin with. So to retroactively vote on it, you're right. But it's also one of those things to keep it real. We see it a lot in this space. Understood why, of course, especially when platforms are saying, hey, this is, decentralized, all yours. But there is some entitlement in the space. There's definitely a lot of entitlement in the space. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it sucks, but it's their project, right? It's their project, it's their platform. And especially if you really didn't dig into it or if you didn't help as far as creating it, then they can do what they want with it. And that's what they're doing right now. Like you said, they're protecting themselves.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Hold up. Before we go forward, what in the hell? What is wrong with these likes?
I meant to say something.
I don't see no likes.
200.
If you believe in love, and the promise that it gives,
20 went up.
I want to love you for life. Get them up, people, or you're going to hear a whole concert, baby.
Listen, y'all got to get these likes up. We had 104 likes and
I'm singing Jodeci's greatest hits. So yeah, baby, my baby.
Boom, 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 boom.
I'm going to.
People they want to hear you sing today. All right, listen.
Oh, you want to hear? Oh, okay.
Let's go
some old Bill Withers. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I help you carry on. Get the likes up.
You better get those likes up, or it's going down today. Oh man, they say you need the glasses on from Friday. LOL. Oh man. All right. Really quick, want to give a shout out. Thank you for the tip, Gavin24. Thoughts on post chain. So I'll keep it real. I still haven't done my deep dive on it yet, but I actually do have the window. I brought the window open this week or this weekend. I was sick all last week, quietly kept, so I really didn't do that much, but lay in bed and try to get better. But yeah, I do have post chain on the list today to really do my full deep dive on, because I know everybody's going crazy about it as well. So we'll check it out. Definitely check it out. Let's see. But I do know Richard Hart is swearing by it. I know Jams is he's probably in the comment section swearing by it as well as some other warriors.
Oh yeah, I'm hearing that post chain is gonna change the world. That's what I heard from the Hexicans. They told me it's gonna change the world.
Listen, I will say this. Airdrops always attract money, and that post chain sounds like an airdrop, right? He said he's going to basically airdrop the entire Ethereum, network basically to you. So when it comes to airdrops, I mean, you can only be right? Like you can only be right. Now, I did see like the sacrifice thing. That's the part where it's like, it probably would work out, honestly, because I think Richard would probably pay people out, or not Richard, but whoever's in charge of the projects doing different things, they're going to pay people out to make sure they win, just so those early people can look really good and then actually attract more people. So honestly, I think it would be a win, but this is crypto, people. I mean, you literally never know what's going to happen next. And some things are sometimes like third-party reasons, like a perfect example, FTX and Binance. Who would have thought FTX and Binance on a Monday morning out the blue, like, hey, we ain't doing no more 100 times leverage, y'all. Like, would not have saw that coming. Like some people probably planned on to log on today after the show and leverage trade. Didn't see that coming. So I got to do a deep dive on it. But hey, it looks interesting. Definitely looks interesting. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Cryptocurrency is a pure trading instrument, hedge fund CEO says. Oh, here we go again. This sounds like somebody, listen, why are y'all talking about stuff you don't like? I don't get it. It's like the people who watch YouTubers who don't like, it's like the people who watch, you see the petition against Kevin Samuels?
Oh, yeah. I heard about it, but I didn't take it serious because I was like, how can you petition a YouTube channel?
Press X.
Hey, man. Hey, he didn't make you a single mother. Get over it.
Oh, boy. All right, we're going to get back to talking about cryptocurrency right now. Cryptocurrency is a pure trading instrument, hedge fund CEO says. Hedge funds are adopting crypto instruments, but one asset manager says it's all a speculative play. That is right. Not all hedge fund managers are sold on crypto as Man Group CEO. Yeah, this sounds like Man Group CEO.
Man Group CEO.
Luke Ellis sounds like he started wearing polos when he was 2 years old. His boat shoes came at 3. And Man Group came at 4. Luke Ellis, that sounds like some New York Wall Street. Man Group CEO has compared cryptocurrencies to tulip bulbs.
Oh, god damn.
You know what? Before we go any further, let's just go ahead and give it to him. Did he just say tulip bulbs in 2021? And the price just went up like $9,000-$10,000 overnight. You know what? It's early. Hold on. Let's just give it to him. Straight up dinosaur.
Let me hear it.
And I don't even know how old Luke is. Luke could be like to me, he sounds like a 30, late 20s, early, mid, late 30s year old dinosaur, right? Like, Man Group, he's broed out. He's broed out. He just sounds broed out.
I mean, he sounded like he was sitting there doing the Matthew McConaughey when he said this.
My point. Take it away, Zach.
Yeah. Cryptos are tulip bulbs. Hey, man, why can't you just go to your high rise and do your coke off of white titties in peace? We don't care about your opinion at all. Luke Ellis from Man Group. Again, this is probably the oldest comparison ever. They try and compare cryptocurrencies to tulip mania, which is a brief period where the price of some tulips soared. This was over the course of like a year. Crypto or Bitcoin's been around 12 years, so it's already gone. And the funny thing is, he says they've stated that his $127 billion hedge fund is happy to trade crypto as there is liquidity to support long or short bets given the choppy price. So even though he's coming out saying it's only for trading, they will trade it. So shut up, Luke. If it's money to be made, you're going to go make it. Who cares what you think about it being a tulip bubble or some sort of whatever bubble? Him saying that they don't have any inherent worth in it. There's a lot of cryptos that don't. But that's not Bitcoin, and it's not some of the other top coins that'll make it out in the future. They have some sort of utility. So again, this dino of the day, it's laughable at this point. Who is he related to? Yeah, I'll say we got to see what this guy looks like because
Luke, I think we called it. He got to be. Listen, he either old bro, he a young bro, but there's some broing going on. Some polo shirts and some boat shoes going on. I tell you that.
You know what's even crazier is my man. He contradicted himself by saying they have no inherent value, but then he went on to say, quote, inflation is a major reason why cryptocurrencies are becoming more popular within asset portfolios. So what exactly is going to combat against inflation, Luke Ellis?
Oh, he an old bro. Hold on. He an old bro, but he's still a bro. He turned into polo shirts for the suits these days, but he an old bro. Look out. That's an old bro if you ever seen one.
Oh man. Yeah, he looked like he has 17 pairs of Sperry's sitting in his
he's definitely disrespected a woman to her face before. I could just tell.
Yeah.
Like
he has no shorts that touch the knee. His knee has never been touched by shorts.
Listen, this guy has had his fair share of Ken moments. That's all I'm saying. Like I could tell. Like he's the guy. Hey, like turn on that goddamn music before I come over there. Like, bro, I'm at the gas station right now. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, he looks like his frat got a couple of charges back in the day.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, we know the type.
Don't drink around that frat.
Oh yeah, don't drink around that frat.
Oh man, Luke Ellis, Dino of the day. That is right. All right, crypto ATM installations have increased over 70% this year. Let's go to our in-house crypto ATM expert, Bitcoin Zay. What's going on with this?
Oh yeah. So for those of you who don't understand what's happening right now, there are people who see the price of Bitcoin going up and they buy it. Then there's other people who are buying the shovels. And that's essentially what ATMs are. With over 10,000 new crypto ATMs worldwide, there have been an increase of 70% ATMs in 2021. I'm responsible for some of that spike. I know for a fact in Virginia I am, because there was a lot of stores that never heard of Bitcoin ATMs, and I was installing all of 2020 up until 2021. So last year, the global count rose to 13,993 ATMs. I think that's a little low, with 119% growth. After 7,600 new ones were installed. The U.S. currently leads the space, having nearly installed 48 ATMs per day. And if we actually look at, I actually want to look at those stats in a second. I'll look at it in this, right here, Coin ATM Radar, because I think that may be off or maybe a little bit old. I think it's way more than that, but they may be talking globally. So let's see here. The number globally, 24,000 crypto ATMs in 75 countries. Again, if you look at the heat map, a lot are in the United States. You're starting to see it proliferate all over the world, though. So even though the fees are a little high, that is the biggest thing with ATMs. They're a little high on fees. Hey, some people, they want to pay for privacy. Some other people, they want to pay for the convenience of putting cash. So any way that our money is converted into Bitcoin is good to me. So shout out to the new ATM operators and everybody else who is thinking about installing an ATM as well.
There we go. There we go. I want to get to some, saw some great comments, to some funny comments and some good ones. Bruce Mack was like, the wine glass is shattered. That was pretty funny. Let's see. Oh, there's one. Paris says there's one that popped up at my gas station right by my house. And here's the thing, people. Again, when you talk about adoption, all you have to do is ask for it. Like, just keep going in every day or wherever your favorite local spots or your favorite spots. Just go in there and keep asking about ATMs. Do you accept crypto? Do you just keep bugging them about it? And eventually they would get the point where enough people do it. Like, literally, I've seen Bitcoin say, do it to many places out here where it's just like, and I mean, I've been doing it as well these days. It's like, I went to a restaurant recently, literally doesn't accept any cash anymore. And doesn't, like, it's weird. Like, they only do debit and credit as a last resort. They're only accepting Apple Pay and Google Pay as the first resorts. Man, who does that?
I know. I went somewhere and paid cash, and the cashier didn't know what change to give me. I was like, man, we about to have a whole generation of people that can't do math, simple math. $20 for a $15 purchase, and she was fumbling like 70. I was like, God, well, yeah, we might as well just go digital because can't nobody count anymore. But yeah, you're right.
But you just on a roll today. All right, you are on a roll today. Yep.
Oh yeah, it's the MAGA hat. I can't help it.
Hilarious. Tesla, I think it was Tesla. Somebody was like, you just went left real quick. I was like, yes, he did.
Hey man, we keep trying to tell people, man, you don't really want to know the real us, man. You better be glad you got us. This is how we are for regular.
This is the internet us. Yeah, all right. The last thing I want to bring up, I forgot to mention it to you. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I saw the movie this weekend on Hulu. It just came out this year. Ross Ulbricht's Silk Road movie. Let me bring this up real quick. Did you see that yet?
I have not. No.
So I'll say this. The movie actually was pieced together decently. I mean, I'm not going to hate on the movie. It was pieced together decently, and the actors did a great job. That's something I'm starting to notice in like many movies. The actors is usually doing a good job. And, honestly, I will say it was well written. The only issue I have with it, I want to say only, the most glaring issue is probably why it got a 5.9 out of 10 instead of higher rating. Is that, they only write this from the perspective of the police, boy, let me tell you. Like, to start, and again, I wasn't using cryptocurrency, or I wasn't on Silk Road, or I've never been on Silk Road. I tried to play around with it. I remember back in the day, I was too scared. I was on my government computer. I was deployed. I was like, I ain't about to click down too many routes and channels. I don't know what's going on. But long story short, they came out and essentially said from the beginning of the movie, Silk Road was created to sell drugs. They didn't mention anything else being sold on it. They didn't mention regular shoes being sold, clothes, right? All this other stuff, because it was a marketplace. It was a bazaar, an open bazaar. You can do anything, right? Mm-hmm. All they literally mentioned in the movie was that it was created, like they made it so that he created only to sell drugs. He's like, yeah, we're going to do this to sell drugs, and blah, blah, blah. Like, so again, I don't know how much of that is true or false, but that's how they pictured it. I will give them props because on the flip side, they also made it clear that there will be no guns, child pornography, none of that, just drugs. Now that's, again, was a lie on it too. The truth of the matter was that it was open to everything. Guns,
Mm-hmm.
drugs, shoes, clothes, whatever you want, right? It was an open market, slippery slope, of course. So that was one of the first things that I think they got wrong on it. And then also the whole thing with the agent, they made the agent look like, oh, he didn't really steal the money, or he didn't really. It was like, no, he's a crook and a criminal. I mean, he ended up going to jail in the movie, I think for only like 6 years or whatever we got in real life. But they only mentioned one agent. If I remember, there was a DEA agent and a Secret Service agent. They didn't make mention of the Secret Service agent. And then they also didn't make mention of someone, which I thought was incredible, that they would miss. The entire movie is in San Francisco for the most part. A couple of times he goes overseas, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, the entire movie is in San Francisco. And then at the very end, when he goes to court and gets tried and goes to prisons in New York. As a director, you didn't explore that? Like, why was this man tried in New York City in Wall Street's backyard? We know the truth. We talk about it millions of times. But again, I think they got this movie wrong in a few places. I understand why they got it wrong. It's Hollywood. Hollywood, like, hey, we're not about to make this movie against our government. I get it. But I feel like if his mom were to see this movie, she would definitely say there were a lot of inaccuracies with it. We need to get her back on the show soon.
Yeah, we should bring Lynn back on. Shout out to Lynn Olbert. But yeah, I got to watch this movie to check it out. But I'm sure it's slanted just based on it came from a huge production company. So I'm sure it's already slanted. And again, a lot of the details were lost in between because there were federal people involved with this. So yeah, I'll check it out.
They got Rolo on here from
I won't be surprised. Yeah, I won't be surprised.
I said you see Rolo on here from Power?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, seriously, like you said, they do have a lot of good I mean, that guy's a good actor too. Seriously, he did a really good job. The guy who played Ross did a good job as well. This guy, I forgot his name. He did, like, everyone in there did a really good job on the acting. Like, it is a watchable movie for sure. My only thing is that if you didn't know anything about cryptocurrency and Silk Road, and this is your introduction to it, then you would be like, yeah, he deserves to be in prison. Like, this blah blah blah, and it's like, that's not what really happened. That's not how it happened either. But okay, we give, the movie had to be the movie. Again, I just hope someone comes around and make a movie equally as good, but shares all the facts kind of top to bottom, not just what makes the United States look good, especially when you had a dirty DEA and Secret Service agent. I don't know what's like.
That would have been more compelling if you had like that backstory, but
exactly, that's my point. Exactly. So
and they pay their bills, they can't talk bad about them. It is what it is.
All right. Last couple of comments. T Breezy, where are the best exchanges these days? Everyone is turning state. There you go. No, none of them.
None of them.
Yeah, you should. I mean, honestly,
whatever you can find and move off the exchange, that's the best you can do.
And that's what I was about to say. People, like, the exchanges, they should only be used. I only use exchange to onboard cash, period, or fiat to crypto. And that's if I can't find a peer-to-peer. Like, that is really, like, as soon as I onboard it, I'm usually right off the exchange within the first 5 or 10 minutes. Like, literally, you can swap. There's so many different places to swap. And you're saying, I don't know all these different places to swap. You need to buy the masterclass because it's all in there top to bottom. I mean, literally, it's like 4 different places we show you can do different swaps at for hard to find tokens and coins and stuff. Or if you don't want to pay for it, which is all right with us as well. 2 things. A, we're actually going to be partnering up with a company soon that's going to have all types of educational resources for you all. And then B, check our Crypto Warriors. People, it's crazy too, because whenever we do interviews, I know many people we interview, many people come on the show and stuff, they kind of underestimate our warriors. Like, it's a bunch of kids in the comment section. I'm like, bro, there's people out here with full ass families, grandfathers, grandmothers, uncle, aunts, sons, daughters. Like, there's families in here. People are not stupid.
Yeah. That's other crypto shows. They got
that's other crypto shows
yelling out Safe Moon all the time. It's
hilarious. I mean, people, we even know we can't come over here and feed y'all some BS information. Y'all would have called us out by now. So I say all that to say, if you don't want to pay, you don't want to wait for this free resource to roll out, then ask our Crypto Warriors. Like, some of them, this is what they do full time too now. So feel free to jump in this comment. I saw somebody last week jump in the comment section, was asking all types of questions, and people are usually answering them. So you can get just as much of resources in our troll box, which is pretty exciting as well. All right. Last couple, let's see. D Big said, right now, I just described folks saying Bitcoin is a scam. Some folks still don't get it, and they think that the first iteration is the final software product is pretty short-sighted. As far as they're going back and forth with post chain in the comments.
Why y'all arguing, coins? This ain't y'all coin banging on each other. All right,
they coin banging in the
coin
comments.
banging in the comments. Oh man.
Xavier Hill said new Bitcoin ATMs are ripoffs. The Bitcoin price is way higher than actual with extra fees, and new ones require ID. I mean,
That's
honestly,
fees are a little high, but the ID part of it, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's pretty easy to get around. I mean, as an owner, you just got to scan somebody's ID. I'm just telling.
There you go.
I mean, you are supposed to KYC, but it's just the phone number and somebody's ID, and then that's it. And that's what I mean is there are people who will take those steps to keep their privacy, but also be able to exchange cash daily. Like I know people that are literally getting rid of all their cash to get Bitcoin. So they'll pay those higher fees because what I tell people is, oh man, 15% is a lot for a fee. Do you think Bitcoin is going up over 15% in the long run? Then who cares about this fee? Because I was paying 15% fees back in 2015. And I can guarantee you, that doesn't even cross my mind now what I was paying because it went way past that. So if you're thinking long term and you really need to move cash to a Bitcoin ATM, it's a viable solution for a lot of people with a lot of cash, especially in big cities.
Yeah. And also when it comes to the ATM thing, you have to remember it's kind of like it's being over-regulated, people. So get mad at the government. I would say get mad at the government. You think the ATM owner wants to make a higher price and charge you a higher fee? They don't want it. They want to do one or the other. I mean, they want their money, but they're double timing it because the government wants it. And the reason why I know it's probably like that is because it's the same way with marijuana sales in California. Like literally if you go to a cannabis store, for every product you buy, there's like a $9 tax on it. So if you get 4 different things, $9, $18, $27, $36 tax. You get 5 different things, $45 different dollars. Like it's literally a 30% plus tax on marijuana, which is crazy. Like 30% plus on marijuana. Like, so I think they're doing the same thing with crypto. If it's 30% for marijuana, it's probably 35% for crypto. Like they're probably getting hit, which I know it to be when it comes to all the licensing and stuff. All right, last couple. Michael L, thank you for the tip. What's your guess on when we can buy XRP on Coinbase? I thought you already could, right?
You could. They took it down. I don't know when they're putting it back.
Yeah, they took it down because
Hey, don't even wait. I wouldn't even waste my time, man. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Coinbase is now public. Like they are a gang. They all the way. They used to play pretend, try to get in. You know, they used to hang around the gang all the time, run errands. You know, to do lookout. Hey, we got some data for you. But now they actually in the game. Now they like, hey, you know, they work on it. So seriously, I say all that to say, XRP will not go back onto Coinbase until it figures out whatever is going on with the SEC. And the reason why is because Coinbase did that direct listing. They're public. That is what it is. There is no going back as far as playing. Like they're not playing with nobody who has an issue with the SEC while you're a public company. Like hell no, they are not going to do that. And last comment, Eric Horton, want to say thank you for this comment. Eric Horton said the class is good. I'm new and thanks. There we go. That's what we like to hear. New people who taking it as well. And they're also like, hey, this is, you know, this has been helpful. So shout out to you all as always. Thanks for watching today. Bitcoin, do you have anything?
Oh, nothing from me. Make sure you grab that masterclass, baby.
There it is. And the Clip High notes, people, they're going to be on the website right after the show. I need to, give me like an hour or so. I need to close some windows. It wasn't loading for some reason. But the notes, the Clip High reports have been loaded up to the website for the most part. It's just literally for some reason, I'm not sure why it's not posting. Maybe it was too many of them, but we'll figure it out here shortly and we'll have that posted. And for the people who we were to give the coupon refunds to and stuff, we still have you. Believe it or not, Teachable still hasn't paid us either. It takes 21 days for them to pay you anything. So we can't give you any type of refunds for missing out on the coupon code until we get it back ourselves. But we still have those names on that list, so don't worry. Other than that, that's the show for today. Make sure you smash that like